Hi there, Project. This is Danielle Lynn, and I'm going to be doing your Jeep seat critique for you. Now, I noticed that you're selling a very specific product on here. So, I have a few thoughts about what might make this page flow a little better. I went through your entire site, and overall, it's pretty good. It's actually better than many sales sites I've seen before. You have a lot of explanation here of what your product does, which is excellent, especially the pictures. What I notice that's lacking here is you're not really establishing enough what people could be doing or why people should be buying the seat bracket. Now, you have here the "we hate giving bad news" and when you talk about your seat. Here's where the first problem is. Your first headline, this is the headline here, needs to be a lot more compelling for people to read the rest of your copy. Right now, we need to talk about your seat. I know it sounds like a lead-in, but it's not interesting enough. If someone just came up to me saying, hey ma'am, we need to talk about your doors, I'd be like, no thanks, I have to go right now. But let's say that same person came up to me and said, ma'am, if we don't talk about your doors, or this information about your doors, this 1 minute information about your doors, could probably save your life. I mean, I might think that's a little strange, but I'd be more interested in reading on. Think of it this way. Your seat brackets are doing a little bit more than just breaking it, okay? Think of it this way. If their seat detaches from the floor, they could be literally in risk of dying. A simple car accident could turn into death if they don't replace the seat thing. So think about having something like this. If read this page to figure out how you could end up saving your life. Or if 90% of the people who have this problem don't realize how deadly the situation is. Really bring out the issue here, because it's not just about their seat. Your product is potentially saving lives. It's more than an inconvenience. It's a life or death matter. If their seat is wobbling, they could be making driving errors. They could be having low impact problems. Then seatbelts aren't even going to help them. So this is where you really need to focus your attention on. And I'm not saying you have to be negative. You don't have to be like, death and destruction await you if you don't purchase this. You could simply point out that this is an extremely important safety issue. You could say something like, your life, may depend on this one tiny piece and you don't even know it. Or, increase your car's safety by 90% with one tiny metal piece. Now you're starting to talk their language. Because you see, honestly, I don't really care if my chair is wiggling or clicking, but I do care about keeping myself safe. I do care about preserving my life. And this is one area you're going to want to bring up a lot more. So don't just say we hate giving bad news. Say something like, this one tiny piece could save your life. And then talk about, it starts with a click. I would even say take this out. Just say it starts with a click and a wobble. And soon the entire seat attaches from the floor. This is what happens when, this part, blah, 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 blah. And you can go into the whole, the whole thought about, like, not just don't be discouraged, but go into the whole how you guys offer a very simple solution that is a life-saving. You can even put that up there. Here's one simple this one simple solution could save your life, so read very carefully. There's another idea. Boy, I'm just coming up with tons of ideas for you, aren't I? Now, here's another one. Do you want to fix it permanently? Do you want to avoid welding? Okay, I think this is a good start. Here's the thing. You have bullets and you have numbers. I would say choose one or the other. Even better, have arrows, ones that point to the right instead of bullets, and take out the numbers because it's very confusing. Bullets and numbers don't work together. Turn these questions from green into bold and red, somewhat like the price right here. And if you have any guarantees, I would put them right here. I see you do risk-free guarantee. Put a big guarantee thing right there. Have one of those little guarantee seals. You can find those online. Now here's the next part that's kind of a little choppy here. It looks like an advertisement. This purchase area looks like an advertisement. What I would do because let me see, when you click on this, what I would do is have an actual button with a big picture, like kind of like this, like a picture of this image here, have a big button, and then have underneath it say, you know, buy it now, like a big button. Don't have this little thing here. So you take that button, put it there, buy it now, make it big, and then put the picture above it. That's going to be much more effective, because like I said, if you see this right here, it doesn't even, I don't think people can even tell this is what they're supposed to click on exactly. Make it just real simple, big old button, click here to buy it now, and then it will take them here, and that's very obvious, you know, buy it now. And I have to say, with those changes alone, you should see a huge increase in your conversions, because first you're talking about, you know, safety, life or death situation. You make it really clear right here. You can even do bullet points. Think about all the facts and figures you know. Wobbling seat making driving unsafe, you know, you could be risking the people in your car. Really bring out how important this little piece is. Make sure that you have only bullets or numbers, don't do both. Make this a big buy it now button so it's a lot more clear on what they're purchasing. These testimonials are great. If possible, have them on the side of your page too. Like, on my own personal website, I actually have my sidebar here, but then I always have one testimonial roughly about right here. So maybe you could put it, you could even put it under the shipping, like if you don't want to shift anything around. But that way, no matter what page they go to, they always have a testimonial right there, because testimonials are fantastic selling tools. As for the rest of your page, I think the rest of your page is really fantastic. I mean, it looks a little home-cooked, but honestly, the information you have on here is really great. A lot of sites don't have this quality of information. So all you're really lacking here is pulling out the strongest benefits of what it does. They're hidden in here, but you want to make them even more apparent, okay? So those are the main things you have to fix.